Hello, love. Welcome home to Eden, Eve's Eden. This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Muse. Stick with me for the hottest news and subscribe to this channel to get somewhere new. So our planet is in trouble. Our planet is in trouble because we have not been honoring the feminine, the sacred feminine of the earth, of our mothers, of the women around us, of that soft, sweet voice within, of all the five senses and sensuality of nature. So we have our planet going down in fires and floods. What are you going to do? What am I going to do? I'm doing solar work because I hear all the time that solar energy has the capacity to take us out of the fossil fuel crisis that's destroying the planet. And then there's hydro and wind, But you have your dharma, you have your own dharma. And so what are you drawn to? The question is, we have to all get on this fast to survive as a human species. It's that article that was in the New York Times a couple weekends ago on Sunday where the entire, actually it wasn't an article, it was actually the entire centerfold of the New York Times was completely dedicated to climate crisis and saving Earth. And I think about, I was just dancing all night and the joy of being human. I mean, is this our last chance to be humans? If it is, you've got to enjoy every moment, every second of what is it you love most to do. Do that and dedicate yourself to, addressing climate change and just doing the things like when I heard that there's this huge balloon of plastic, the size of Texas, floating out in the ocean because plastic doesn't go away. I was like, whoa, I don't usually think of my plastic bags like that. And when I'm recycling, I'm thinking, why don't I just use cloth bags, I'm out here dancing my heart out. These beautiful men. Tonight there was two Brazilian guys and I got to dance with both of them. I got to dance with them at the same time even. And like feeling that triangle of heaven, In Eve's Eden, you're allowed to just have so much fun. So that's the problem. See, all along we started blaming women, the feminine. We survived for thousands of years by honoring the feminine. Thousands and thousands of years as humans, we actually were foraging and we were in tribal clans that were in total equality and balance because that's the only way the tribal clans work. And actually, the book Sex at Dawn talks about how we were lovers with many in the tribe. That's how people stayed connected and soothed each other and made each other feel loved and held and safe. But there was always this love of the magic of nature and of woman. There was a matriarchy in many of these tribes, especially if we come from the bonobo monkeys, like they say in Sex at Dawn. They're really sexy monkeys. So what are we going to do to be more healthy? Sometimes I feel like we really need to be more sexual. And we also need to be more sensual. And we need to, sometimes I think actually doing something to alter your mind, whether it's meditation or yoga or a glass of wine or smoking pot, a little bit of something to allow your whole spirit, heart, mind to expand, and that I think that was part of our health actually all along. When we were foraging in a forest, we were often finding magic mushrooms, who knows. But the thing is, I'm not a person who does anything, hardly ever. I mean, I believe in the medicine of, say, peyote or ayahuasca and those things having a certain medicine to them. But when I see people doing too much pot, I see over and over again they're not awake, they're falling asleep at the wheel of their life. A lot of times I'm really noticing all this drug use around me, which is to escape instead of to become more awake. you know. So what is your point here? You're still human, you're still here. They said in the article in the New York Times that there was life on Venus. I didn't know that. There's signs of life on Venus, but it got too hot, like our planet is getting, and then, you know, no life could be there anymore. Mars, on the other hand, is too cold. So Venus is too hot, Mars is too cold, and we're in this perfect balance here on Earth where we can still be here if we make changes in the whole fossil fuel thing being run by, just think of it, it's just a handful of guys, and we've got the whole planet of humans, you know, dying from climate crisis. So how do we wrestle the power out of the hands of these few people who have all this money? You know, I think what it is, it's all in your mind. We've given our power away with our minds, and we think because they have money we don't have power. And it's not actually true. It's just like my girlfriend, I saw her yesterday, I think I told you about this, and she was crying. She was about to get herself drunk because she felt powerless in her own house. She'd invited the father of her children back into the house. He was in there, you know, destroying the house, making the kids really rude to her, calling her swear names. She's feeding him, she's taking care of him, he's eating all of her food. Horrible, horrible man. And she's crying and feeling powerless. She says to me, I can't get him out. I said, wait a second, is this all in your head that you're a victim? Use your mind right now. You don't ask him to leave. She says, I've asked him so many times, he won't leave. I said, you don't ask him. You tell him he's gone now. He put his stuff out on the curb. It's not a question. And that's the way it is with our Earth girlfriend, guy friend. We need to just tell the powers that be, we are saving Earth now. There is nothing that stops us, no politician, no Trump in our way. We simply are banding together as humans to do what it takes, okay? And along the way, you gotta salsa dance. You gotta dance. Dance in your kitchen and make music and make art and tell stories, because this is the joy of being human. For thousands of years, think of it, we were around a fireplace, telling stories, dancing, singing, drawing on caves, weaving beautiful clothing and painting with mud on our pottery. The arts are essential to being alive. My friend went to a whole conference on democratic socialism. And I'm really into this because ever since I saw Michael Moore's movie, Where to Invade Next, and he goes around the world and he shows how every country has solved the problems that the U.S. has with democratic socialism in one way or another. They've solved drugs, they've solved oh, it's such a great movie. You got to see it. But anyway, ever since I saw that movie, I've been having parties on democratic socialism, and so has my friend. He's been going to conferences. But what he said is, he went to this whole dance camp where everybody's like, woo, we're dancing together. And what he felt was missing was there was no cause. There was no action that the community was taking. It was just the sort of the unhinged dance thing without anything that the community itself was based or rooted in. And he said he wished that they had all been talking climate change and they had all been talking democratic socialism and taking action and then danced. So you have something to celebrate, you know, like the thousands of years when we were celebrating family and the long journey we just took, and making it through the rains or making it through the dry season, and we dance. So let's come together for more than just dancing. Let's come together to take actions. I've been thinking of just like just standing on the street with random signs, like what would my sign be today? I think it would be something like find your climate action. Find it. Just find it, okay? Much love, darling. Love life while we still have it and make it continue. At least continue in terms of your own life being more and more alive while you're here. Okay, love? Love you. Good night.